This is Mr. Crandall, and today we're going to be doing a life science lesson over Standard 3 here. It says, construct an argument that plants and animals have internal and external structures that function to support survival, growth, behavior, and reproduction. So you're supposed to construct an argument about that, but I'm not so sure we all know what that means. So we're going to take a step back, we're going to talk about this, and we're going to read some different articles about it. So let's first just break down this standard into a few key points. Plants and animals have internal and external structures. So basically that means they have things inside and outside their body that help them to survive, grow, things that support their behavior and reproduction, making little babies, procreating. So let's talk about maybe just like a cat. Okay, so a cat has internal structures. It's got a heart and lungs and, probably kidneys and a liver and all that good stuff. It's got bones that hold it all up and muscles that make it all move. That's all inside the body. That's all internal. It's got a little cat brain. But then it's got some things outside the body. It's got skin and it's got fur. It's got claws. Wait a second. And the fur might be a different color. And so that external structure might help it to blend in. Or the claws are going to help it catch stuff. So it's going to help it survive, help it to grow. Its behavior, because they like to climb trees, they need structures to support that, like the claws and strong muscles and things. So all of that stuff working together, the things inside and outside the cat's body, help it to survive, grow, behave a certain way, and reproduce. Same thing with plants and all other animals too. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at three different articles. One about amphibians and reptiles in Yellowstone National Park, one comparing frogs and toads, and one comparing alligators and crocodiles. The reason I picked these three is because, well, alligators and crocodiles are reptiles, frogs and toads are amphibians, and this first article is kind of like an introduction to that. So here's how this will work. I will read all of the text for you, and I'll even read the questions for you. If at any point you need me to slow down or you need to hear something again, it's great that this is a video. You can pause, you can go back. So let's just get started. Amphibians and reptiles. And you're going to have paper copies of this as well. Here we go. Amphibians and reptiles in Yellowstone National Park. Yellowstone has a cool, dry climate. Amphibians need moisture to live, so only 4 known species of amphibians live in the park. The species are boreal toad, chorus frog, spotted frog, and tiger salamander. They are found by the lakes, streams, and rivers. Since 1991, researchers from Idaho State University and the park staff have been monitoring amphibians in the park. The western spotted frog and the boreal toad are being seen less. Second paragraph here. The cool, dry climate also limits the species of reptiles found in the park. The known species of reptiles that live there are prairie rattlesnake, bull snake, valley garter snake, wandering garter snake, rubber boa, and sagebrush lizard. Desert and box turtles have also been seen in the park. Now here's some questions. What did you learn about amphibians and reptiles of Yellowstone? How many species, this is question 1, how many species of amphibians are known to live in Yellowstone National Park? Question 2, how many species of reptiles are known to live in Yellowstone? And question 3, which amphibians are being seen less in the park since 1991? Again, if you need to hear any of that again, you can rewind a little bit and pause if you need time to write. Let's go ahead and read about frogs and toads. Frog versus toad. Both frogs and toads are amphibians. Frogs live mostly in water, while toads live mostly on the land. This is comparing and contrasting. So what we'll do is we'll take each of these features, each of these structures that helps them survive, and see how they're the same or different between frogs and toads. So hind legs. For a frog, they're long, powerful jumping legs. For a toad, shorter legs for walking. The eggs for frogs. Frogs lay eggs in clusters. Young live in water. Toads lay their eggs in long chains. Some toads give birth to live young, and the young live in water. The skin of a frog is moist, smooth, and it looks slimy. For a toad, the skin is dry, bumpy, rough. The largest ones. The largest frog is the Goliath frog, 6.6 pounds. And the largest toad is the cane toad, 5.8 pounds. Teeth. Frogs have teeth in their upper jaw. Toads have no teeth. Their eyes. A frog's eyes bulge out and they're more round. For a toad, the eyes are lower and more oval shaped. They don't bulge out so much. Bodies. For a frog, they have a narrow body, and a toad has a wide body. And then protection. Toads use camouflage and their fast jumps. Toads have camouflage and poison glands behind their eyes. So now, using the article, answer these questions. You know some stuff about frogs and toads, circle the correct answer. Which one would jump higher? Which one likes to live on the land? Which one would win in an Olympic wrestling match, a Goliath frog or a cane toad? Which one has teeth? And which one uses poison as a defense? Okay, so again, if you need to pause or rewind, this is a great time to do that. And now we're going to check out alligators versus crocodiles. It's not like they're fighting, it's just comparing and contrasting. Hey, did you know this? Alligators are actually a type of crocodile. The crocodile family has been around for 240 million years, longer than dinosaurs lived. Here's a few things about crocodiles and alligators both. Both are reptiles, live both in the water and on land. They can swim up to 20 miles per hour. They can hold their breath for an hour. They can run up to 11 miles per hour. They have eyes on the tops of their heads. They can see well in the dark, have good hearing with slits for ears, and have a good sense of smell. Now, what makes them different? What makes an alligator a special kind of crocodile? Well, an alligator's snout is wide, U-shaped, and it looks like a shovel. Crocodile's snout is longer and more narrow. It's V-shaped. The jaws. An alligator's jaw overlaps the lower jaw, hiding its lower teeth. It has an overbite. Probably means the upper jaw overlaps the lower jaw. For a crocodile, the upper and lower jaws are the same size. For their hind legs, alligators have no fringe and webbed feet. Crocodiles have fringe on the legs and feet. Their size. American alligators are 6 to 19 feet long. Chinese alligators are 5 to 7 feet long. With crocodiles, African and Australian crocodiles are up to 20 feet long and can weigh over 2,200 pounds. Smaller crocodiles are 6 feet long. Alligators prefer fresh water because they don't have salt glands. And crocodiles can live easily in salt water due to salt glands on their tongues. And then here's a quick quiz. On this one, hint, hint, there might be an answer where you circle both because they can both do it. Which has an overbite? Which one has fringe on its legs and feet? Which one likes fresh water? And which one can swim 20 miles per hour and hold its breath for an hour? So best of luck. If you need to rewind anything or pause, that's great. Good job today. And just keep in mind, while you're reading this, you're paying attention to what the different structures are that support this animal. So here it is again. This was the standard we were working on. Construct an argument that plants and animals have internal and external structures that function to support survival, growth, behavior, and reproduction. Thank you very much. This is Mr. Crandall, signing off.